Hello and welcome. Carrie here from Healing Humanity, the power of a proper human diet, along with Emma.
Hi.
Emma is my 16-year-old daughter, one of four, the triplets, plus Lily. And I am at my home office now. Emma's at the movie theater. We had a bunch of special movie events going on today. But the purpose of this video is to talk to Emma and learn a little bit more about her because I get so many questions on my YouTube channel uh, from parents who want their kids to start eating better and who want their kids to stop eating junk food and sugar and processed garbage. I get so many questions like that. And then the other thing I noticed I get a ton of are comments from people who were formerly plant-based or vegan and they're now doing carnivore. So for those reasons, we wanted to talk a little bit more. Plus, Emma has a YouTube channel, which she started a long time ago. Plus, Emma, everyone's going to be very mad at me because they're like, shut up, let Emma talk more. So, Emma, you can talk all you want, but we can't have radio silence. So I'll try to keep things going. If you guys
Okay.
have questions for me or Emma, post them in the sidebar, QQQQ. Love to hear the questions. So, Emma, why don't we start out and you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you found veganism and later turn that into carnivore.
Okay, so like you said, I'm starting a YouTube channel because I want to spread the word to carnivore, and I'd love to help people and teach about the proper human diet. So a backstory of me: I'm 16 years old, and I was vegan for almost 5 years because I did not believe that an animal had to die for me to eat. And then being vegan had these setbacks, and it made me have lots of acne, no energy. I was always tired. And it turns out being vegan, I didn't know, but it turns out being vegan kills millions of animals. And millions of animals die from an awful death from pesticide poisoning. Sorry, I'm a little nervous. This is the first time. But yeah, so millions of animals die. Not only do millions of animals die when you're vegan, but I just did not feel my best and my health was bad. So then, um, my dad, when he didn't have the proper human diet and wasn't carnivore, he was overweight, depressed, and on all this medication. And then he found carnivore, and I saw him thriving on carnivore, and he was just doing so great. He lost a bunch of weight. His mood was just so much better. He was more happy and cheerful, and it's just so much better. So then I thought, I want to be like that. I want to be happy. And then that's when Dad told me the facts that I did not know when I was vegan, that millions of animals die. So I said, I'm going to switch to carnivore. So first I did a day fast, and then the second day I ate eggs. And then the third day I transitioned to meat, and I ate bacon for the first time. And for the first time in almost 5 years, and it was just amazing, and it was so good. And I knew that I could do carnivore. Then I kept doing carnivore, and I just started feeling great. 2 weeks goes by, all my acne is like almost gone. My skin is so clear, and I was getting the best sleep of my life in just 2 weeks. And then 3 weeks go by, more energy, everything's just so much better, and then my hair is better, my nails are strong, I just feel amazing. And then I did carnivore for about, I'm not really sure, maybe 50, 60 days, and then I stupidly stopped on my birthday because I don't even know. I guess cake just sounded good, and the people who I were surrounded by, I guess. So then I decided to cheat, and then I went downhill. Then my acne came back. I was had like no energy. I just felt absolutely awful. I gained weight, and I cheated for about 2 weeks, and then I went back on carnivore, and I was doing great and amazing, and then fell off the wagon, got back on the wagon, fell off. But yeah, now I am going to stick to carnivore. So I am a compassionate carnivore. So hi Jeff. So I am a compassionate carnivore. Now, what is a compassionate carnivore? I will only eat meat where I know came from a humane place. We raise our chickens and we give them the best life that we can. I eat those eggs. I know that they had a great life. Um, all the meat I eat, I mostly try to know where it is and that it's humane, like our neighbors. Dad, what's their last name? I can never pronounce their last name. Aaron and
Um,
Vicky.
Aaron and Vicky, yeah.
Yeah, I can never pronounce their last name, but me and Dad went to their farm and it was just amazing. They knew the names of every single one of their cows. They knew their names, and they're just treated so well. I just love that. And they had these farm cats, and they just come up to you and rub against you. You know, they treat their animals amazingly. So I am a compassionate carnivore and will only eat meat where I know it's from. I think it is awful what some people do. It is gonna make me tear up. Some people are not humane. Sorry, it makes me so sad. Some people hurt their animals.
You get real emotional, Emma. Emma's got a big heart for animals for sure. She got really emotional the other day too, talking about it. So yeah, that's Emma's big thing. Is she's the one that came up with the shirts, compassionate carnivore, and that was one of the biggest things that I had to learn too. I'll let Emma collect herself here. Was I think vegans like Emma, the reason she became vegan was because she has so much compassion for animals. But I think a lot of times they have huge hearts, but you have to pay attention to the truth and what's really happening. And if you want to be alive on this earth, it's the food chain. Other things are going to end up dying. And I really, truly believe carnivore is the most compassionate way of eating there could be. Like Emma said, we get our cows grass fed from our neighbors. We see the cow. One cow gives us hundreds of meals. A vegan that's out there eating a salad with a multitude of different vegetables all over it. Millions and millions of birds die. 74 million birds die a year from pesticide poisoning. Squirrels, fox, deer all die from pesticide poisoning. Monocropping just destroys entire ecosystems. There's huge downstream effects from all of that. And all of that's just ignored and like, oh, we're not doing any damage eating this stuff. I think it's doing a lot more damage that way. One of the things I learned from Maggie, the rancher, one of the things she's really incredibly worried about is due to all this processed food, we're taking so much out of the ground. We're taking vegetables out of the ground and we're not putting anything back in. On Maggie's ranch, they have cows. The cows eat food and then they poop, and the poop goes back on, and all of that nutrients goes back into the soil. We're taking all the nutrients out of the soil. The more and more we're eating all these vegetables, we're not putting anything back in. And the soil is just turning to dust, and it's not going to be sustainable if we keep doing that. So I personally, I think carnivore is the most compassionate way of eating. Man, we're getting a lot of good comments in here. We just have shout out Jeff DeProsperous, his two boys. Speaking of teenage carnivores, his two boys, Dante, are both carnivores too. They're killing it on carnivore. Awesome. So Emma, you all right now?
Yeah.
So Emma, so the main reason you did vegan was because you're compassionate for animals.
Yeah, correct.
My thing is, I said this to Emma the other day. I'm never eating another fruit or vegetable again. Besides, I keep getting that question. I don't know if other carnivores on here get that, but I get that question a lot. You're carnivore. You eat a lot of meat. Yes, but surely you still have vegetables. No, I don't. I haven't had one vegetable in 270 days, and I haven't had one piece of fruit in 270 days, and I feel incredible. One of the things too, Emma, I don't know if you've ever thought about this, but I've been learning more about this too. What was one of your favorite fruits that you used to eat, Emma?
Oh man, I can't even really remember it. I oh, I became carnivore in May, and I don't even remember ever being vegan. My favorite fruit was probably pineapple.
All right, another one. Imagine, okay, pineapple's one, but imagine like a strawberry. I used to love strawberries. You would get a strawberry from the store and you take it home and you'd do what? Some people wouldn't even do this. You'd wash it off. Why are you washing the strawberry off? To try to get the pesticides and the poison off of the strawberry. Do you really think that those pesticides aren't absorbed into that strawberry at all? And Emma, when we say pesticide, do you even know what that is?
Stuff that people spray on their crops so that no insects get to it, so it kills the insects.
Exactly. You use the word there, kill. Anytime there's side in a word, homicide, suicide, pesticide, it means death. Those are chemicals put on there to kill things. And humans just eat it like, oh, I washed the outside of it off. Well, there's a lot of studies coming out. I saw this one. I got to find the video. Someone did a video where they took a strawberry and they extracted all the juice out of it. They crushed the juice and then they measured how much pesticides were inside the interior of the strawberry. And there was enough that they could have reused it to put on other fruits or vegetables as additional pesticides. So it's it's kind of crazy when you think about it. You're slowly poisoning yourself. I don't care how much you wash that strawberry. There's still pesticides in it, even if it's trace amounts that you're getting into. So there's so many reasons, but that's another reason I had that I'm never eating another piece of fruit or vegetable. The biggest reason is I just don't need to. It's been 270 days. I haven't had a single piece of fruit or a single vegetable, and I feel fine. All right, I'm talking to them too much again. Emma, say some more stuff. Sandra's asking why you were crying. One hope for all. Shout out, Sandra.
I just get emotional talking about it. I just was thinking about all the animals who die and are treated unhumane at farms. There's really awful people out there who don't treat their cows and animals how they should be humane. And I just, when I think about that, it just makes me cry.
I think the other day someone was giving Emma a hard time, or they sent you a video or something about how you're a bad person for being a carnivore. Is basically
it was this movie, and it was like Domain. I don't remember, but it was just so sad. And they're right. Yeah, they're suffering, but you're also killing animals by being vegan. So you could do it the humane way and go like to Aaron and Vicky, where they treat their animals with just love and humane, and get one cow and have 100 meals rather than killing all those animals from pesticides.
Right. I think you said after that happened the other day that you feel that vegans were very, what's the word you used?
I don't remember.
Hypocritical.
I think that some vegans don't know. I didn't know for almost 5 years that I just didn't know the facts, that I was actually hurting more animals.
Right.
And hurting myself and my body.
Yeah, so talk about that a little bit more, Emma.
So I had these phases when I was vegan. At first, I didn't know anything. I didn't know what to eat. So at first, I didn't really eat a lot, and then I like basically starved myself because I didn't know what to eat, and I refused to ever eat milk or eggs. Never did I think I would ever eat meat again. And so at one point, I was eating cauliflower every single day. Remember, Dad? Every single day, 2 heads of cauliflower every single day. No joke. For like weeks and months. And not only that, I had avocado oil, which I never even read the back of all the terrible ingredients in it, but like 1 tablespoon of avocado oil is like 123 calories, and I would just go like this and pour it on, probably like 2 cups of avocado oil, which is awful, awful. And I was always tired and sleeping, and my other thing that I was obsessed with was tofu and broccoli and rice, which I just eat that every single day. Definitely was not getting the right nutrition that I needed, and I was always tired and weak. But yeah.
It's one of the things with I wasn't vegan, but I was almost plant-based for a long time. It sounds weird saying that, but Emma, if you think about it, when I was doing keto really strict, I have a salad for lunch, a salad for dinner, and I have a little bit of chicken because I was so scared of meat because everyone always told me you're gonna have a heart attack if you eat meat and you eat all this stuff. And I was hungry all the time. And if you think about it, when you eat a salad, what do you get in a salad? Everyone, there's this like hypocritical thing with people where they're like, oh, but I gotta have my vegetables, I gotta have my fruit. You think about a salad, what do people really like in that salad? They like the cheese they're putting on it, the croutons, the ranch, which is just full of seed oils. If you really like the salad, okay, then I dare you, just try to eat a little bit of lettuce. It's rabbit food. It's like 14 calories. There's like nothing in it. You would have to, I eat 1 steak and I get full. You'd have to eat like 25 heads of lettuce just to get that. There's no way. It's just not sustainable. And then you end up adding all this other junk onto it.
Yeah, I want to take over. So when you're like doing the not the proper human diet, and you're just eating junk or whatever, or eating healthy, I always felt hungry, always hungry. Oh, when am I gonna eat? When am I gonna eat? I'd eat like a big salad and have a big meal, and then I'm still hungry the next 2 hours. Now on carnivore, you're never hungry. you eat one steak and you're filled up and you have energy and you can just do everything and you just feel amazing. So I think it is so crazy on how carnivore, like, you're never hungry and you feel like the best.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, we got Ellie, Nourishment Redacted. Shout out. Spreading the message of children eating the proper human diet is my mission. So proud of Emma. Ellie's awesome. She's got young children and they're all eating carnivore. We did a video together, and I'm doing a big video right now. Emma got to see a sneak preview of it about depression and carnivore, and Ellie provided a clip for that, which was awesome. Thank you, Ellie. Appreciate it. Sandra said, I cry too when I think of that stuff. I love all animals. I don't even kill spiders. I relocate them to a different part of my tiny condo or in the hallway.
Aw. Same here, except I get my mom to get the spiders.
Speaking of mom, there's Jen.
Aw.
Shout out, I create crafts. So, all right, we got some questions coming in too. What else? We got to get this back on track. So Emma was vegan for 5 years, became carnivore, pretty much stuck to it, but fell off here or there. But strict carnivore now. What are your thoughts, Emma, for other parents that want their kids and their teenagers to get off of sugar and junk food and eat more like you're eating, proper human diet?
It's very hard. Even Dad. I tried to get my sisters on it. Lily, I just wanted to get her on it, but I understand because sugar. I believe Dad said that sugar is like a drug. It is a drug, and I think it's one of the worst drugs, and you're addicted. So it is very hard to just go to carnivore. And I want my sisters to go on it, but definitely just say like the benefits of it, and maybe that'll make your children want to go on it. Like all my acne went away. They'll just feel so much better if they have anxiety or depression. It'll definitely help, and you'll just feel so amazing. So I say tell your children, try it for 30 days. Maybe like throw in a little reward for them to do carnivore, but I say tell them the benefits and just teach them about it. And not only just have them do it, the parents must do it too. Set an example.
Yeah, I think telling them the truth too. Instead of just saying, hey, just do this. No, look, I'm doing it and it's working, and here's the reasons why. Here's the science behind it. Shout out my good buddy, Jeff DeProsperous. He was in the comments earlier with his boys. Both of his boys are carnivore, Peter and Dante, and they're awesome boys. And they're killing it. Like, you got to share the truth. Kids are smart, and when you see the truth, maybe they'll want to replicate it, because when you see Jeff's boys, they are killing it. They're into all sorts of sports. Basketball, soccer, hockey, everything. And his two boys, they're at the top. They're like beating everyone. And they attribute part of it's hard work, of course, but a big part of it is their diet, their nutrition, their energy. They're not getting tired like the other kids are. So sharing the truth. I tried to share the truth with Emma. Like, we had a big try to be kind about it too, but we had a big family get together, and I think I just kind of took you off to the side, and I was like, look around, like, this is crazy. This used to be normal to me, but we had like 12 family members over. Literally all 12 of them were sick, like horribly sick. 2 or 3 of them with cancer. One that was just my age that just had a heart attack. Inflammation, aches and pains and illnesses and obesity, diabetes, a couple with type 2 diabetes. Again, I'm like, I said it to Emma. I'm like, I'm not shaming these people, but look around. This is the truth. This is what's going to happen if we keep eating the way we were. And the sad thing is they're all oblivious to it. And
yeah, it's so awful.
Yeah, they don't. It's become their new normals, and they look around. Everyone else is like that, so it's just normal to them. But they don't know what it feels like to be a proper, energetic human.
Yeah, like you said about the deer or wildlife. Do you go outside? Do you ever see an animal that's fat? Or well, obviously you can't see if they have like acne, but do you ever, you know what I mean? You want to elaborate on that? Or?
Yeah, that's Dr. Chafee said that too, and now I say it all the time, but I love that one. And then I researched it more, but there are so many species of animals on Earth that they're not even counted. Millions and millions. They don't know how many different species there are, but they do know that almost every species of animal has an intended diet that it sticks to, and humans are the only ones that eat all sorts of this crazy garbage, and humans are the only ones that are so terribly sick, and cancer and heart disease and diabetes and aches and pains and ailments and issues.
Besides your pets too, like dogs.
Besides
Me
our pets.
and Dad want to get our animals and pets, our pets carnivore. I want to get the cats carnivore and the meat. Our dog Baxter, he's having extreme trouble breathing, and it's just so sad. He's getting all white, and he's having trouble going outside. We used to take him on runs, and he's struggling. It's very sad, and it's awful because we're the ones poisoning him with the dog food that's awful. So we're going to get them carnivore.
Yeah, I've gotten them close. We have to just do it. We have to just get it down.
Yeah, we're gonna.
They're probably like 50% carnivore for a while. I've gotten them close, but we have to just do it. Problem is too, they're big boys. They're gonna need a lot. Yeah. So Emma went vegan to carnivore. Emma, just briefly, maybe tell us a little bit of the things that happened when you went carnivore.
So first it was definitely hard and new, but I knew that once I started, I was gonna stick to it. And so yeah, switching was definitely hard. It was emotional, and then I did it, and I just felt great. But thank God I have Dad because I knew all the facts. Because if you're trying to start carnivore and you don't know, you have to have electrolytes and a lot of water and fat. So you need butter, you need fat, and you need so much stuff. Otherwise, you're gonna get keto sick, which is absolutely awful. I never experienced it, but my sister Lily experienced it, and I think my mom experienced it. But so I think not getting that just helped me do it really amazingly, and that I have Dad. Thanks, Karen.
So your acne started clearing up, your energy improved. You stopped. One of the things that was crazy is you were going to bed at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon when you were vegan, plant-based. Your energy. What about your like mental state? Do you feel anything different there as a carnivore?
Yes, always feel so much better, and then I'm happy. Of course, everyone always has some bad days, but compared to all the bad days I had as a vegan, wow, mood change, everything just so much better.
Yeah, it's definitely noticeable. Shortly after Emma became carnivore, Emma and myself built this massive woodshed. Like, it's a structure, and we knocked that thing out in a couple days.
Yeah.
And part of it's because we had the energy and we weren't getting tired. I legitimately think that would have taken me a couple weeks earlier. I would have done a little bit, got tired. Oh, let's do some more tomorrow.
And all we ate was a power bowl of beef, butter, and eggs. I remember we whipped that up, and then we were out there for hours, and that just made us go. I know if we were on not the proper human diet, we would have never been able to do that. And another thing is I used to burn so easily, always just get so much burns, and I just tanned like that. I was just tan, and of course I was red a little, but it didn't hurt at all, and it just turned into a nice tan the next few days. So
everyone gets mad at me, Emma, when I talk about carnivores don't get sunburned.
Oh, really?
They're like, I'm carnivore, I get sunburned. Stop with that. You're lying to people. I'm like, it happened to Emma. It happened to me, a couple people, and it makes sense if you think about it, because so many people that go carnivore fix skin issues, fix autoimmune disorders and skin issues. And maybe there's something in that food we were eating. Maybe it's the seed oils or the sugar or the inflammation that causes our skin to be more susceptible to skin issues, and that maybe causes our skin to be more susceptible to getting burnt really bad in the sun that we're not having on carnivore. I don't know, but I definitely noticed it too. At the movie theater, we re-roofed it, me and my Amish buddy, and I was out there like 14 hours a day in the sun. I wore no suntan lotion. My Amish buddy was fried. He doesn't eat carnivore. He's pretty clean, but he doesn't eat carnivore. He eats a lot of sugar still, unfortunately. He was fried. He was burnt, and I was perfectly fine. We did that 2 or 3 days in the sun, so...
yeah, we didn't wear any sunscreen. I actually think that sunscreen's bad for you, and if you do have sunscreen, make sure you get a natural one. Think about that. You read the bottle, you don't even know what is in that. You don't even know all the words that's in it or chemicals. I think it's just so bad.
You know,
try to stay natural, especially deodorant.
It's funny you say that. You don't know what's in it, so you shouldn't use it. And we're just talking about sunscreen that you apply to your skin, but look at all of the food. We have no idea what any of those ingredients are. We're like, well, just put it in my body and eat it. It's just crazy.
Oh, it tastes good. Yeah, exactly.
Florida Doc 99. Congratulations, Carrie and Emma. As a parent, we need to constantly teach our children. They will listen even if they don't always do what you want. Emma, set an example for other young ones. Thank you, Nelson. Appreciate that. Yeah, Ellie's on here too, and she's got some really good feedback for parents. She's got several young kids that are doing carnivore, and I think one of the things Ellie said to me was, even if they're not following it, or if they fall off the wagon, or they're doing mostly carnivore, that's a lot better than most of the kids out there that aren't doing any of it, and they're just
Oh yeah.
constantly eating a bunch of stuff. But um, yeah, Emma's pretty much all carnivore with a couple slip ups here or there. Alyssa was
But
carnivore
I
for
plan to have no more slip ups. Like I'm serious. So if you guys don't know, we went on a cruise and I did mostly carnivore, but I had like it was awful, a slice of cake, and I was just so addicted because keep in mind I was vegan for 5 years, so I never had ice cream or cake. I cheated on the cruise again. And then I had the cake and stuff, and I just felt awful, and it was just so bad. And then the last 3 days I did completely strict carnivore. But I do have coffee. I want to learn more about that and if that's okay to have on carnivore. Otherwise I can totally stop. But anyways, um Dad, Lily and I shared a room. And then I felt awful. I was curled up on the bed, like covering my stomach. It was awful. I just felt awful from that. And I was just so addicted. And I remember I couldn't sleep. And literally the next day, I just cheated again because I was so addicted. And then the last 3 days, I just put my foot down. I said, I'm going to do it. And I felt amazing. We were walking around and just so much energy. Cheating's not worth it. How I think about it now, when I'm up there watching the theater and I see the popcorn and the candy, I just think, oh, if I eat this, it's gonna give me arm fat. It's gonna give me more acne. It's gonna make me feel awful. I'm just gonna feel awful about myself forever, and I'm just my mental health's just not gonna be good, and I'm just gonna keep cheating and be in the fog. Or then I just think, oh, the bacon at home. Oh, I can eat that bacon and the steak, and I'm just gonna have all that energy. I'm just gonna feel amazing, because all that sugar does for you, it doesn't make you feel good. It tastes good for a second, and then you swallow it, and then you feel awful about yourself. That your body just feels awful. So now I am going to stick to carnivore.
Yeah, and you did pretty much, I would say probably 90% carnivore. Like the first couple days on the cruise, you were carnivore. You're like, I'm going to stick to it.
Yeah,
I remember going on the cruise. Alyssa, my other daughter, Alyssa, was carnivore leading into it, but she told us ahead of time. She's like, I'm doing carnivore, and then on the cruise, I'm going to have fun and I'm going to eat whatever I want.
not worth it, not fun.
I was like, oh, you're going to regret it. But I try
Yeah,
to,
he told me that too, and I just, I don't know.
I try to be, I'm not pushing them. I didn't push Emma either. Emma said
Yeah,
she was going to cheat on the cruise. I'm like, you're going to regret it, but okay.
yeah, what I
That's
want
why.
to say before I forget is, especially if you're young or a teen or even anyone, everyone's gonna tell you carnivore is dumb or just don't do it. That's awful. You're gonna feel awful. Oh, just cheat. It's fine. Like, a lot of people told me it's one in a lifetime opportunity to go on a cruise and eat all that foods. So a lot of people are gonna try to tear you down. So I just want to say, don't let that get to you. I let it get to me, but it won't happen again.
The one thing with cheating is too, people get mad at me because I'm 270 days on carnivore and I've never cheated.
Oh
They're
my
like,
god.
"Oh, Mr. Goody Two Shoes over there." I did keto for 10 years. I cheated all the time. I used to have a cheat day every Saturday, and I literally probably cheated 300 times on keto. Like I did keto for years on and off. Every single one of those times I cheated, I regretted it. It was
Mm-hmm.
so stupid. I never did it. It was like, "Gee, I deserve that." And now I feel great afterwards. So I found some people can moderate. I don't know. I cannot moderate whatsoever. So
Same.
I will never cheat on carnivore. The funny thing though is on the cruise, although I ate 100% clean, like there's nothing I really could have done any differently. I still got really sick because I was exposed to a bunch of seed oils from, I don't know, it was the bacon or what I was eating on there. But um, yeah, it's kind of crazy. But so Emma, you did really good. You cheated. You've learned. The
Yeah, this
interesting thing with Emma too is like she mentioned, it's not like Emma is like a normal kid that was eating cereal and ice cream and cake and then went carnivore and cheated. She was vegan for 5 years. So when you were vegan, you didn't have any ice cream, right?
correct.
For 5 years, you didn't have, and you're only 16. So it's like most of your life, you didn't have any ice cream, and then you jump from that to carnivore. So
Yeah, this is like maybe my fourth or fifth time falling off wagging and cheating on carnivore. And every single time I say it, I'm never gonna cheat again. I'm never gonna do it again. I think I'm sure now, and I'm never gonna cheat again. I want this to be a lifestyle. Sugar's not worth it. What? I'm gonna eat Buncha Crunch. That's not gonna make me feel better.
Well, you know, something that's really cemented it for me too is I've cheated so many times and I know how bad it is. Not only that though, when I cheated on keto, I'd go off the rails. And then I would be like, this is my behavior. This is how I would be. I cheated and then I'd be like, oh, it's Thursday. Well, I might
Monday.
as well just, Monday. Let's go through the weekend. And then as you get closer to Monday, I'm like, oh man, Monday's coming. I'm gonna have to be strict on Monday. So I would eat more and more and more. I'm like
Uh,
binging on a Sunday. And then what's the point? Now, even if I were to stick to it on a Monday, I've already gained so much weight and eaten so much junk by the time, even if I ate perfectly for the next week, it's not even going to counteract what I did before that. And then Monday would come and I'd be like, oh, it's almost the end of the month. Let's just start on the first. And I always have an excuse. So the other thing that cemented it for me, though, is just becoming really good friends with my buddy, Jeff DeProsperous, stage 4 cancer. And he's killing it on Carnivore. He has got so much energy and he's doing so well. But I've learned so much from him and from Professor Seafried about chronic inflammation, which is mostly from eating sugar and seed oils. People end up with cancer. My whole life, I thought cancer was just genetic. I thought cancer was just a fluke. Now I know, and I'm confident that most cancers that most people get, it's from chronic inflammation from the horrible foods they're eating. So when people think like, oh, I'm just eating sugar, that's not, you're so dramatic, Carrie. Oh, sugar's so dangerous. Yeah, well, it was for me. And when you get addicted to it and you try to do a drug in moderation for years and years and decades, and then you look around and everyone's got cancer, I do think it is a dangerous thing. I think it's more dangerous than people realize. Shout out Carnivore Brothers. One of their favorite videos was the first time Emma tried bacon since being vegan. That was awesome. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
well,
I think your sisters recorded that one too. I was like, I'm glad you guys got that recorded. That was awesome. Wow, we got a lot of comments. Emma, there's 289 people on here. Should we go through some of these comments?
yeah, that's on yours. I can't see. I'm trying to
So
reply to people. I think there's 10 people on mine. Oh, yeah, everyone's so sweet. I want to reply to everyone.
switch over to Emma's. I will try to answer your questions. So Emma's channel is linked to in the description below. Do you have any videos on there yet?
No.
You got to get to work because listen,
I have a whole list of stuff that I want to do.
You also have videos. Shout out our good friend. He's on here, Emma. I don't think you could see the comments. I gotta hit one of these. Bill Knott. There we go.
Oh my gosh.
Emma, you have probably 3 hours worth of footage from when we visited Bill Knott in Alaska that you were gonna do on your channel. I'm just saying it's out there if you want to edit it. I think you forgot about it because then we got back and then you had to start school and then you got a job and then everything started getting busy. But we have hours of footage that we filmed or Emma filmed of herself with Bill, with Daisy, hiking through the beauty of Alaska at Hatcher's Pass that you're going to do for your YouTube channel. So anyways, Emma's channel is Emma the Carnivore. Link in the description below. She's going to start doing some more carnivore videos, teenage carnivore videos.
I want to do. I have a whole list.
All right, here's some questions. Let's go. Shout out Bill Knott. Bill also sent me a video. I can't wait. I just to say this real quick and I'll shut up. I am doing this huge video. Like this, Bill, we talk about Providence all the time. I don't know what happened with this video, Bill. You sent me your testimony. I'm doing a video about depression and carnivore. Something really important to me. And I asked folks to send me videos. I think I got about 15 people that sent me videos, and I edited those together for the last like 20 hours. And they're just flowing together perfectly. It's just crazy. Some of the words people are using, like hope. Almost every single person that sent me a video, they use the word hope or hopeless in the video. I'm going to be launching that video soon, but huge shout out, Bill Knott. Ellie sent me a video. Jeff DeProsperous, JT, Poco Moonshine family. Really appreciate it. I can't wait to share that. I think it's going to help a lot of people. All right, Emma, should we take some questions, comments?
Yes.
Sorry,
I wish you could respond to everyone.
Let's go. We'll go fast. I'll shut up and you answer quick. Sorry if this has been talked about. I haven't watched many Homestead How videos lately, but how's the rest of the family? Jen, Alyssa, Katie doing with their diets, keto or carnivore? Emma, you want to take that one?
Okay, so I'm trying to get my sisters on it. I know I want them to do it so bad. I've been talking to Lily about it. I really want her. But my mom, she's actually doing pretty good, I guess. Sometimes she falls off, but she's been doing keto carnivore, but I want her to just fully stick to it and go onto it. My mom has a problem with meat where she doesn't like the texture of it or anything. She when I was vegan for 5 years, she was vegetarian, and she's still vegetarian. And she tries to eat chicken and stuff now and then. But I really want my sisters, I want the whole family to be carnivore and just feel the best.
We actually had one point where all 6 of us were carnivore, but I think it only lasted like 3 days. Jen was carnivore for a while, and then she didn't do it right, and she got sick. She had an aversion to meat. I think Katie's the only one that did it for a little while. My daughter Katie, she's pretty healthy and she exercises and she eats pretty clean, but she's not carnivore. Alyssa did carnivore with us leading up to the cruise. I don't know if she's going to go back on it now after the cruise. So we're a little all over the place, but slowly making progress. And I would say the majority of our family is eating way better than standard American diet or that we were before. Some of us are taking more baby steps, I guess, to get there. But I ate salads for years and got sick and had pains. I read that oxalates can cause health issues. Yes, oxalates, pesticides, not getting enough nourishment from them. So many issues. Huge hug from virtual hug from Sandra. Appreciate it. Primal Mike, shout out Primal Mike. We met Mike in Chicago. Awesome.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I remember.
Teresa says, good job, Emma, cheering you on. I just found your dad's channel about a month ago. Carrie, I just talked to our OCCN Oklahoma Cancer Comprehensive Network and our Family Council for ACLS and LLS supporting. Oh, thank you so much. We have in the link in the description, if anyone hasn't seen this yet, Jeff DeProsperous was just in the comments. We've got this cancer action plan we're putting together. It's a completely free resource. If you know anyone touched by cancer, it talks about some of the amazing regimens and metabolic therapy that Jeff is using that he swears by, and that he's very upset that anyone that gets cancer, they're not told this. They're only told to go do chemo. We need the signatures. We're trying to get to 1 million signatures. So there's a link for that below. Please consider signing that or sharing it. Bill Knott, hey, Emma and Carrie. Hey, Bill.
That one.
Bill, I was just going to text you. I guess we could talk right here. Hope you're doing well. I was just going to check in and see how things were going. Primal Mike, today I'm off lion, but sticking to carnivore. Awesome, Mike. You did lion for a while. I think I did it for like 60 days. Emma and I were just talking about this, weren't we, Emma? About dropping the bacon, and what happens when you drop the bacon? We're pretty much back to just beef, salt, and water, and then we turn back into lions. We should maybe do it for a while again. I felt so good on lion. I did it for 60 days. And then I fell off the wagon because I was in Alaska filming Bill, and we had trouble getting a lot of meat, and we're running around. So I started having bacon and eggs again. Oh, here's a question that I think we know the answer to. Adrian Williams, when will Lily make an appearance on the channel? Emma, you want to take that one?
Yeah, the answer is no. She's never like being on camera, and I respect it. She just.
Yes, I respect it too. I would love to have her
do it like Actually, I think she will, but not have the camera on her, and she wants to talk and share her story.
We'll like blur her face out and change her voice. She just doesn't like to be on camera. I don't know what the deal is, why she hasn't. She was in some of our earlier videos, but I respect that. It's kind of a pain sometimes, but like when we're on the cruise, I'd film stuff and then, oh, there's Lily. And I'd quick have to turn the camera off or move it, or I'm always editing Lily out. She just doesn't want to be on camera. Lily's awesome though. She was carnivore with me for quite a while. And then she fell off, and then she went back on it. On the cruise, she was falling off, but now she's back, and she's talking about going back on it, and she's getting the dogs back on it more as well. So we just had a big conversation about that. Rudy said, Carrie, didn't the cruise have Guy's Burger Joint? I did that as a carnivore and only ate patties with cheese. No, the cruise ship we're on did not. There were burgers on the ship, and I had a lot of patties. I want to just be careful because I don't want to ruin cruising. My good friends G and Frederick have a big cruise coming up. A couple of people texted me like, I'm going on the cruise now. I'm scared. One thing, Emma, we should have done this. I got this comment from a couple people. Every morning for breakfast, I think this is where I got messed up and got the seed oils on the ship.
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
I would eat a lot of bacon, which I don't know what's up with that bacon. I should have stopped the bacon. The eggs and omelet station, the first day I went there, they took a huge ladle of oil and put it in there. I'm like, no, I do not want that. I'm not going to eat it. I said, can we not do the oil? And they're like, can we do butter? I asked the guy the first day, can we do butter? He's like, we can't do butter, but we have the spray stuff. It's better. The spray stuff had seed oils in it too. If not, it was probably worse. Afterwards, I got a bunch of comments, and they're like, Carrie, they might tell you they won't do butter, but if you go over to the bread station, which by the way, on the cruise is everywhere, there's bread everywhere. It's like millions of things of bread everywhere. They said, grab a couple pads of butter, open them up, take them there on your plate, and just give them to the guy and say, please cook it in the butter. Make it easier for them. They'll do it. So there's a little power tip if you're going on a cruise. And I'm never going on a cruise again, but if I were, that's what I would do. Because I love eggs, and I ate a ton. I ate eggs every single day on the cruise ship. I'm pretty sure they all had seed oils on them or something nasty, and then the bacon that went with it. The other thing is, at the buffet, there's a carving station, and they're carving the meat right off there. They had brisket, they had roast beef, they had lamb, they had some really good stuff on there. And that is pretty darn clean. And you could tell them what pieces to cut, and you can have them cut the fatty pieces off too. And then there was a specialty steak restaurant that's extra money. And oh my goodness, they had some incredible steak, probably a little bit of oil on there too. But again, like when I go out to eat, normally Emma has to remind me sometimes, but I'll tell them, please just fire and steak. I don't want any seasonings. I don't want any oil on the steak. And they'll usually respect that. And last thing I'll mention on the cruises, they ask you when you sit down, do you have any allergies? And I always try to be really honest. I wish, in retrospect, it's the truth. I had such a bad reaction on the cruise. I felt like I'd be lying if I was like, I'm allergic to seed oils. I should have just said I'm allergic to oils. Don't cook my food in oils.
That's what I was going to say.
Look at my reaction I had. What is that if not an allergy? I got sick. I got joint pains. I felt horrible. I'd never felt so horrible at 270 days on carnivore after a couple days of eating that food. So if I were to do a cruise again, I'd do just that. I would say I'm allergic. They ask you every single time you sit down, do you have any allergies? So sorry, we got to go quicker now here. Christopher Plath, sugar is the artery clogger. Absolutely. Cholesterol gets blamed. Causes inflammation. Bill says he's watching Daisy Zuman. Bill, I'm going through all of our footage, which I've already done, but I'm paring all of our footage down into what we can use in the trailer. So I'm going through it for probably the 4th or 5th time. It's been so much fun, Bill. There is so much good footage in there from when Emma and I came to visit you, and stuff that I forgot we filmed. Because there's a couple things where I just set the camera up in the corner and just went with the A camera, and I had the B camera in the corner. Like when we left, we recorded that whole thing, our conversation, for like 15 minutes when we left. There's so much good stuff on there. Can't wait to share it. Kathy said, Emma, it's called Life Ups and Downs. You'll get it finally. Carnivore Brothers. Rhett and Ashley, I met them out in Chicago. Great guys. Emma, hey, Carnivore Brothers, shout out. I forgot. We mentioned this before. You two have an open invitation anytime you want to do a video together. I know we did a little live stream here or there, but anytime you want to do a video together on the channel, open invitation. Just shoot me an email, homesteadhow@gmail.com. We should just schedule something. Bill Knott, what movie do we have tonight? Talking to Jen in the comments. We're playing the movie Napoleon, which I could talk about movies for hours. Directed by Ridley Scott, a great director. He also directed Gladiator, which is Dr. Tony Hampton's favorite movie, a really good one. The Martian, he had directed a bunch of good things. And Joaquin Phoenix is in that one. I haven't watched it yet. Well, a bunch of people asking about the movie. It's rated R. We normally don't play rated R movies at Montello Theater unless it's a really good one. Ridley Scott, Joaquin Phoenix qualifies. Kathy, how is your mood now, Carrie? My mood now is improved since being on the cruise. I don't feel like I'm 100% yet. I still have a little bit of brain fog, but it's definitely getting better and better, noticeably day by day. So, Emma, I got to find some more comments to read. So you talk some more. Go ahead. What was your favorite experience on the cruise?
That steakhouse where you go and they just bring steak to you. Oh, that was lovely. I'm so grateful for that. That was amazing. What is it, a Brazilian steakhouse? I think it's called. So good. And all the people there, all the workers, wow, such hard workers. My respect for them.
Yeah,
I
Emma.
pray for them every night. There's this guy we met named Imam. He was our server. Sweetest guy ever. He said he worked there for 5 years, and he was telling me that he had kids, a 16-year-old daughter, and then I think he had a son too. He's just the hardest worker ever.
Yeah. We did one day where I was talking to Bill on the ship. We were texting, and Bill and I both like playing poker, and there was a poker table on the ship. So I set aside like $200, and then one day, like Emma and I were just feeling so bad. We learned more about the employees. I don't want to be a big downer, but like our friend Imam, they work 9 months out of the year, 7 days a week. Like, give these guys a day off for just pennies. Like, they're barely making any
Uh-huh.
money. I felt so bad for them. I'm sitting. I was wearing this shirt too, by the way. Healing humanity, the power of a proper human diet. I'm sitting here wearing the healing humanity shirt, and I'm like, where's the humanity in having someone work 9 months out of the year, 7 days a week for pennies on the dollar while we're sitting here laying around eating a bunch of junk food in front of them? I felt
Yeah.
bad. So Emma and I and Alyssa, we took a bunch of my poker money and we got a bunch of $10 bills and we went around the ship. I showed one of those on a video. I didn't show the rest of them, although I do have some footage of it because we showed faces and I wanted to be respectful. Also, I've done stuff like that in the past, and people are like, can't you just do a good deed without putting it on YouTube? So I didn't show all of those. And just real quick, while we gather some more comments, my counter argument to that is I love seeing that kind of stuff. Yes, you could do good deeds without showing it on YouTube, but with all of the horrible things you see on the news and in the media and all that stuff, see Emma, a little teenager, giving a guy a $10 tip and a big smile on his face and happy. That's a good positive thing, and that might inspire someone else to do a good positive thing. That is something I would want to see on the TV versus you turn the news on and it's all doom and gloom and horrible stuff. So, anyways, we did that one day. I don't know what the answer to that question is though about healing humanity on a cruise ship, because I said to Emma, I'm like, I feel like it's kind of like the zoo. If you feel the zoo isn't good for the animals, well, you're supporting it going there and paying for it. I'm supporting this going and paying for the cruise. But if I don't, then our friend Imam has no job, and the country he's from, he doesn't have any opportunities. So that was the only solution I could come up with, was we'll go around, we'll just give away a bunch of money to individuals and try to make some people's days happy. And we did. Like,
And
Emma,
you just feel so great after it. Like, I brought a bunch of money for souvenirs, and I didn't end up getting any because I gave away all my money. By the end of the cruise, I had nothing left. But that's okay. I felt great. And seeing their smiles, like, some of them were like, really? And it was just, you just light up, and it was just so amazing. The feeling of just, I just wish I could help everyone. So
Danny,
now, hopefully, with the YouTube channel, I can help more people and spread the word.
for sure. Danny said that I need to shut up. Emma, talk, jump in there. I will shut up. We always get into this with people and they're like, Carrie, you never let Emma talk. Emma takes a while sometimes on YouTube and needs some time. So I try to fill it. Otherwise, we'll just have, here, Emma, let's show them what it's like when you don't talk. People are dropping off. Engagement rate's going down. All right, Emma, talk some more.
So yeah, I want to start a YouTube channel, and I just want to spread the word and help lots of people. Oh yeah. My mom said Katie gave over $100 of her own money as well as myself too. They deserve it so much. Yeah. It's such a great feeling. You know what else is such a great feeling? The proper human diet.
Nice.
I think that everyone deserves it. Just do it for 30 days. If you just ate junk today or you had something bad, start now. You can start now. My sister Lily, she was really gonna start it. I saw her eating stuff right now. I was like, don't feel bad. It's fine because she's addicted. Everyone's addicted to it. And I said, you can do it. You don't have to keep eating junk. Just start now. Just start right now. Don't say, oh, I'll start tomorrow. Start right now. And what I think is so important, which I want to do a video on, is how to do carnivore properly. You want to talk about that, Dad? How you should do it?
No, I'm not allowed to talk. You go, Emma.
Okay, I'll say what I know, and then you can add in. So you have to have lots of water and electrolytes, and the most important thing is fat, which people don't like fat, especially if you're just starting carnivore. It may be gross, but once you get into carnivore, you'll be craving it. Me and Dad know a lot about that. You'll just be craving fat like a big ribeye. Like in the beginning, most people think fat is disgusting, and I know I definitely did, and now I crave it. So mostly important, you need fat and electrolytes. What me and Dad use, which I don't think he really uses them often, because you don't really use them that often.
What's that?
Keto drops.
The keto drops I use a lot when I'm fasting or exercising, but otherwise I don't use them regularly anymore. I highly recommend them when you're starting carnivore, though, first couple of weeks. Some people.
I was gonna say I drink it every single day. Some people don't like the taste of it, and I think you're only supposed to do a little drop, but I just squeeze it into my water. I don't know. I like it. I like the taste of it.
My friend Jeff DeProsperous taught me when you fast, you could just take a shot of that stuff. It's gross. It's like drinking ocean water, but then you get it over with, and then you just have a nice glass of water. One question, Emma, people always ask is, if carnivore is so perfect and it's the proper way of eating, then why would you need to supplement? Do you know the answer?
Why would you need the supplement, huh?
Yeah, why do you need keto drops and other outside things like that?
Oh, because it's since the beginning of time it's been in water and minerals, and now it's not in the water that we usually drink, so you're not getting it, right?
Boom. Yeah, good answer.
Aced it.
That's what Dr. Barry used to say a lot. Like we used to drink puddle water. It had a lot of minerals and things like that in it. And for the reason I mentioned earlier, like Maggie, a lot of the nutrients that we get even in the meat isn't in there anymore because it's taken out of the soil. So it's not in the grass the cows are eating and things like that. So there's a big magnesium deficiency. A lot of people are deficient in magnesium, and you get a lot of that in those keto drops. I take magnesium a lot of times before bed. It's lacking in the general population for sure. Here's a question for Emma. Emma, when you fell off the wagon, does the acne come back right away? Then does it go away when you get clean again, or how long does it take?
It comes back just like that. Oh, on the cruise, my skin was almost like all clear and it was great. And then when I cheated, literally just like that, I swear it just came up. It just started breaking out. I break out on my chin a lot, and then it just started breaking out. And then does it go away? I'd say it takes maybe like 2 weeks or something, and then it just starts clearing up. But what I learned is that the more fat you eat and like the more butter, what's it called? Collagen, which that is just amazing for your skin. So that'll help clear up your skin. I remember Dad would say, "Eat this chunk of butter; it'll clear up your skin." And then the butter's so good. I used to hate a butter. Fun fact: I would never eat butter on sandwiches. No popcorn. No. Hated butter. Would never eat it. Now I just love it.
Yeah, we had some strip steaks yesterday. Normally we go for ribeye because it's fattier, but when I have a strip steak now, we made up a bunch of them yesterday, and Emma and I had some just not too long ago today. I cut it up and I had some Kerrygold butter, and I make like a little pat of butter, and almost every single bite of steak has a little bit of butter with it. It's like
It's so good.
when we talk about fat and getting fat, it's number one on carnivore. It's the biggest mistake people make. They don't get enough fat, or they start out getting fat and then they ease away from it and they start eating leaner cuts of meat. As Dr. Kiltz told me, it should be called fativore, not carnivore. It has nothing to do with the meat. It's all about getting the fat. I have a friend who doesn't like meat, so she eats a lot of eggs. We eat a lot of eggs too. I love eggs.
Yeah.
Every day I'm eating eggs.
And I think they're the best for you too. It's like really good for you, especially like our chickens who just eat lots of insects and stuff in the summertime. Really, it's like the best.
Hey Emma, shout out to Sandra, who's awesome. One Hope for All Sandra in the comments. She mentioned this the other day, and she's right. So we have our own eggs and we have our own chickens. We have trouble keeping up with our eggs and our chickens because they lay eggs all over our property, and it's an Easter egg hunt. Coupled with the fact that we have an Airbnb rental and the guests take the eggs, coupled with the fact that sometimes we're just lazy and don't go out and find all the eggs, coupled with the fact that we eat a ton of eggs. If you guys have seen the power bowls we make, we'll go through 36 eggs in a huge cast iron skillet. Like, and then we'll be like, yay, now we've got some meals for a couple days, and then we eat it all in one day. Yeah. And we go through a lot of eggs. Shout out to Sandra. She said, you got to watch where you get the eggs from, because chickens can eat vegetables, or chickens can be carnivores, and they can eat insects, and they can eat mice and whatever they find in the field. And she doesn't eat the ones that are eating. She doesn't eat the vegan chickens. That's basically what I think she was saying. And there's a huge difference to it.
I never thought of that.
You know it too. I did this video a long time ago. I wish I could find it, where I compared one of our farm fresh eggs from our chickens that are out there all day, like in the summertime, just eating insects and ticks, and they're eating all that stuff. It's golden yellow yolk. It's so delicious. You go to buy one from the store, it's just like this pale yellow. It's completely different. So Emma, Emma and I have been talking about this the last couple of days and strategizing. First of all, we got to get back to Aaron and Vicky's and get some more grass-fed meat. We cleaned out our freezer. We're ready to restockpile after the cruise. And we got to cut down on the bacon. And now we got to improve our egg game. We got to get better. We got to use our own eggs more, if not get more chickens. And we got to get better eggs. We got to take Sandra's.
Yeah, it's harder in the winter time because they don't lay as much in the winter, but then you can just get farm fresh eggs from other people like Aaron and Vicky.
For sure. Question for Emma. Emma, as a teenager, have any of your peers been curious about why you only eat meat? I'm interested in the reactions that other teens might have. Meanwhile, they are eating Oreos, McDonald's, etc.
That is so funny that you said Oreos and McDonald's. Actually, yeah. My closest friend, I tell her all the time about it and that she should do it, and No, I can't give up that. I won't. I can't eat sugar. That's crazy. I won't do that. And her favorite thing is Oreos all the time. Oreos, mega stuffed Oreos. We would used to eat the whole pack together, and then McDonald's every single time after work. Me and her would go to McDonald's, just order the whole menu and get everything. But everyone thinks it's crazy, and I guess I don't. Honestly, I don't talk to that much people besides her because we've been best friends since third grade. But yeah, so it's hard. A lot of people just won't give up sugar.
Those Oreos are so bad. Sometimes I see someone eating something, I'm like, that's not going to end well. Those Oreos are so bad for you when you look at those ingredients, if you can even pronounce half of them. Question for Emma. Are you into any sports? She shared your channel with her 16-year-old granddaughter, Faith.
I was when I was a little younger, and then when I started working, I stopped sports. But yeah, I love playing basketball and I love volleyball, but I'm not in any sports. I, I guess I just don't have time for it.
You do a lot of exercise. We did work out a lot on the cruise. That was a fun
Oh
thing.
yeah, I like working out, but I guess that's not really a sport. But I've been working out recently too.
Yeah. Emma was talking on the cruise, like when we get back, we got to get a gym membership. And I've always been against that because we've got this beautiful 20 acres here and we go through a lot of firewood. And it's like, why don't we just kill two birds with one stone? We could be out there hauling firewood, cutting firewood. It's like good exercise. And then it seems so weird that we live in a world where you have to manufacture a building to go to get exercise. What an escape from what humans have normally done, but it's good for you. I guess get it any way you can, but here we go. Florida doc. Oh, I got a diagnosis from the doc. Appreciate it. I'll give you the official diagnosis. You're allergic to seed oils. There, now you can say a medical doctor told you that you can't have seed oils.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm always weird that way. I was thinking about that the first day on the cruise. Why don't you just say you're allergic to it? I'm like, well, no one ever told me I'm allergic to it. Am I putting them through all sorts of trouble? Maybe it'll just be fine. I'm always weird that way. I got things that got to be fair. Like one example is at the movie theater when you give people soda, which is another moral issue for me at this point. But a lot of businesses they'll put the ice all the way up to the very top of the cup, and then they'll just put a little bit of soda in it because they make so much more money. I can't do that. I got to treat people how I'd want to be treated. So I always try to do things fair. I don't know. I'm rambling now, but I felt weird about saying that. But I think you're right. Based on my reaction.
Thing was so awful about the theaters. I just feel so awful. Like today, I handed out candy canes to kids. I was like, oh my god, I'm giving these kids drugs. They're gonna feel awful, and it just I just feel awful handing out popcorn. Like there's these old people aching and in pain, and I didn't know exactly why they are because of sugar, and I'm literally giving them sugar. But if we don't, then the theater will go out of business. So I don't know.
We're hypocrites. I get the comment a lot. I don't know what to do about it either. Our building, just so everyone knows, a lot of new people on here. The movie theater, Emma's in the basement right now. It looks kind of modern, but it goes back to 1859, before Lincoln was president. We took it over a year ago. It's a passion project for us. We've just run it for a year, and we're not taking a penny out of the building. We kept all the prices at $5. And if we don't sell concessions, it will go bankrupt immediately. We don't make any money on tickets. So the options that I've come up with is we offer pork rinds and grass-fed beef sticks. We actually had a lot of people getting those. We've got spring water now, not just purified water. So we're trying to expand things, and people are getting those. But yeah, it's a big moral dilemma. I was pouring a soda for the kid the other day, and I just felt horrible about it. On the flip side, it's like, if we say you can't buy popcorn here, you can't buy candy here, they're just going to go to the other movie theater and buy it. So I think we're doing the best we can, given that I'm doing these YouTube videos. I'm putting together a documentary. Emma's doing her own channel, and we're trying to help people and share our examples, because you can't change anyone. If someone's coming and getting popcorn, I can't say, shame on you. You shouldn't eat that popcorn. You're dumb. And then they're going to listen. But they could see my example and how I've lost 100 pounds since my heaviest and how I'm thriving on carnivore. And then they might say, I want to do that too. And then maybe they'll come back to the theater and get some spring water and some beef sticks instead, or some pork rinds. So that's where I'm at with that, but it is definitely an issue on my mind. Brian M, $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Every penny we get goes to the Healing Humanity documentary. Are you guys doing grass-fed cream, kefir, yogurt, or milk? Thoughts about dairy? I have grass-fed butter. That's it. I don't have any other dairy. Never have on carnivore. Like cheese and stuff always messed me up. I did have a little bit of cheese. When I was with Jeff in Canada, we ordered some burgers and there was a little bit of goat cheese on my burger and it was really good too. But when I was doing keto, I'd always have issues. I'd eat way too much cheese. So Emma, what about you? Have any thoughts on dairy? You drink coffee. Do you ever get cream in your coffee or anything like that?
I don't know. Everyone thinks I'm weird. Ever since the beginning, I never had cream, especially when I was vegan, because you can't have cream. Even when I was a kid, I guess just kind of grew around people who just had black coffee, like my grandpa, my uncle, my aunt, always just have coffee. So I just drink black coffee. But now I don't know if that's awful. When I just like got back on the wagon on carnivore, I started having black coffee, and I don't know if that's bad. It doesn't make me feel any different. But I guess, I don't know. Does Jeff or Bill drink coffee?
Hey, shout out Bill's in the chat. I'm not
I think
sure if
Adam does.
Bill does. Adam didn't for a long time, and then when we went by Maggie, he fell back off the wagon and started doing it again. I know a
How
lot
do
of
you
carniv
feel? I want to know.
a lot
I
of carniv Emma, let me answer. A lot of carnivores have coffee. A lot of them do, and they're just fine. So I'm not
People from
judging.
the beginning of time have had coffee too, though, right? So that's why I'm not really worried about it.
The things that I've heard, like Dr. Chafee say, is it can be a diuretic, which means can give you not a diuretic. Am I saying that wrong? It could give you diarrhea.
So
That's
I
one
don't have
thing.
that problem, but
Okay, and then yeah,
okay.
other than that, I don't know. I never drank coffee. I was always addicted to soda. So Emma, talk about bacon for a minute.
Oh, bacon's the best, but now I'm starting to doubt it. I love it and it's the best for craving, but I feel like this is awful. Dad, do you want to share your story of how much pounds of bacon you probably consume a week and day?
I've been having way too much bacon lately. Now here is a really good comment from Zach Ramsey. See, the thing with bacon, Emma, you look on the back of the package and it says 0 carbs, but there's this thing where it could still have carbs in it. I can't remember what. I'm going to mess this up. People in the comments can correct me. I think if it's less than a half a carb, they can write 0, or there's some weird rule. The truth of the matter is there's still carbs and sugar in bacon, even if it says 0 carbs. And if you have enough bacon, you're gonna get some carbs in there. Um, Man, I felt so much better when I was doing Lion Diet. But yeah, to Emma's point, I've been eating way too much bacon. Bill was yelling at me about that too on the cruise. Dr. Barry drinks coffee, someone said too. Yeah, I think a lot of carnivores do coffee and they're just fine with it.
Oh, Bill! I can't tell which one I'm on. I'm so confused. I just want to respond to everyone, but I don't know how. I think this is my channel. I think people
Oh, here we
are.
go. Did you see this one for
Aw.
Bill? Coffee is my one weakness. I have a couple times a week. No cream though, just black. So he's doing black coffee just like you, Emma.
Okay, okay.
Here we go. No Insanity Renee said, lock those chickens up for a couple weeks and they'll start laying in the nest boxes again. Thank you, No Insanity Renee, who's been a member for 3 months. Really appreciate it. Anyone that's a member, you can join underneath it. We do a members only live stream every Thursday at 3. Yeah, you're right. I don't know what to do about that, Renee. I agree. Jen and I have had arguments about that before, locking the chickens up versus free ranging. The thing that's nice is in the summertime, we have so many ticks around here. We're in the woods. The chickens are just like, they're such good workers. They're going around, they're eating all those ticks. So it's kind of nice to let them free range that way. But then on the flip side, we don't get the eggs, which is kind of the ultimate reason for having them.
And when they're not locked up, they get a lot more insects and stuff.
Yeah. Wow, we got a lot of comments. So Dr. Barry drinks coffee. A lot of people do. If you want to get off of coffee, Adam taught me this from Dr. Chafee's suggestion. Dr. Chafee suggested caffeine pills. He's like, which sounded like weird advice to me at first, but Adam did this. He got off of coffee. He'd had caffeine pills, and then he just dwindled them down till nothing till he got off of coffee. But then he fell off the wagon. He fell off the wagon with Maggie because she had some incredible coffee, I guess, when we were there. Donna Peters, Carrie, Rome wasn't built in a day. Keep the concessions for now without the guilt. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Oh, what I was thinking, a brilliant idea. What if on the big screen we have a little ad and it's about you talking about carnivore? I don't know. People always get mad about my dad talking about carnivore. People get annoyed. I don't understand. He's just trying to help. But I think that would be so amazing if there was something on the screen, but I just know. I don't know why people get mad. I don't understand.
Because
But I think that'd be awesome.
they're sitting there eating their popcorn and their M&Ms and candy, and then they see that. I don't know. There's probably a way to do it. I was thinking, Emma, it would be fun to do some sort of passive seminar at the movie theater. Like, hey, learn about the proper human diet. This is what we're doing. This is why we're not telling you what to do. This is just what's working
Yeah,
for us. And
but
you have the screen right there so we could pull up examples, or maybe even have Dr. Hampton or Dr. Chafee jump on and talk as well. That'd be kind of fun. I never would have done that in a million years before Carnivore. Now I don't have any stage fright or fear of anything like that. Emma, I have decaf coffee with butter and heavy cream. It's one hope for all. Yeah, that's another tip, Emma. I heard a lot of people putting butter in their
I
coffee to
never
get more
thought
fat.
of that.
Should try that once.
Yeah.
Kathy Tittle, I've got 6 hens, no laying, molting.
Same
David,
here.
is coconut water okay? Emma, you take that one.
I don't know.
Was that
No,
no or I don't know?
It's no.
I'll say no
Right?
too. I don't know. I'm not
No.
sure. I would think not. When people always ask me, "Is this okay? Is this okay? Is this okay?" And it's something kind of unusual. I always just in my head, I'm like, "Why? Why would I want to have coconut water?" I have had nothing. People are gonna get mad at me again. I've had nothing but water for 270 days, and for the rest of my life, I will drink nothing but water, and I'm perfectly fine with it. I get everything I need from water. I know that scares some people for some reason or another, but in the same way, I will never have a piece of fruit or vegetable again, and I'm perfectly fine with it. In fact, I'm happy with it. I don't want for anything else.
Oh
I have.
my gosh, Dad.
What did I do wrong?
I just looked over and guess people subscribe. Guess how much subscribers?
What were you at before?
I think 70. Of course it's 124. 24.
Hey, my
That is
number.
insane. Thank
That's
you so
awesome.
much, guys. Oh,
Now you got to
wow.
deliver, Emma. Let's go. What's the next video they can expect to see?
I have a whole list, but should I really be sharing my list?
Sure, put some
Oh, yeah,
ideas
what's
out, or
next?
leave a comment down below. What kind of videos would you like Emma to see Emma doing
Yeah, that'd
on
be
her
great.
channel?
Some of mine ideas, fasting for 5 days. My dad and Jeff did a long fast. They did 8 days. I made it 3 days. I feel like I could have gone longer, but I don't know. I would love to try that again because of all the benefits.
Dr.
And
Berryfinger,
then,
Dr. Berryfinger, real quick.
Hmm.
Shout out Emma for doing the fast. I didn't know that you did that with me. A whole
How did
bunch
you
of
not
people.
know?
I knew like on day 3 you mentioned. I'm like, you're doing this too. So Emma tried to do the fast too and went for 3 days, which is incredible too, by the way. So I just letting Jeff know if he's on here. A lot of people jumped on and did that fast with him. That's pretty cool. Sorry, go ahead, Emma.
And now isn't he doing a 21-day fast?
I think he said the next one he's going to do is 14. And I'm just like, Jeff, yes, he's got to do it. It's so good for him. But he did the 5-day, and I'm like, I'll do that with you. And I did it. I felt great. Then when I visited him, he's like, I think I'm going to do an 8-day. And I'm like, I'm going to do it with you. Let's do it. And I felt incredible. I felt so good. So, but the 14-day one,
I was
makes me
surprised
pause
with
a
how
little
much
bit.
energy you had on that. That was just crazy. I'd like to learn more about fasting.
Remember the axe cutting, the firewood? That was like day 6 or 7. That was day 6 or 7.
It was like day 6, and he's jumping up laughing, cutting wood. He's like, he's hitting wood. He's bringing all the wood in.
Crazy.
He's carrying the heavy logs. I'm not eating. So I just love to do that.
There's so many misconceptions about fasting that you're gonna dwindle away. So many people said that to me, Emma. They're like, 8 days, you're so skinny already. You're gonna be daunted. You're gonna lose all your weight. You're gonna be so skinny. I lost, I think, 5 or 6 pounds. And I think within like a week or 2, I was back to my normal weight. I'm always at the same weight. And then in fact, when I went on
do you know any benefits that you could share? Because I'm still learning about
100%. First of all, I believe the reason, Emma, you and I feel so good and so amazing on Carnivore is because it's the proper human diet that humans have eaten since the start of time. It's what our bodies and stomach, it's what they want to eat. They don't want to eat all that other processed stuff. The other thing that humans have done since the start of time is get sunlight in their eyes, go outside and get exercise, put their feet on the ground and ground. You do those things, you start to feel better. The other thing I believe most humans did since the start of time is fasted out of necessity, because you'd go out into these woods and you'd hunt a big animal, you'd kill it, and you'd eat and you'd feast, and then you're not going to find a big animal every single day. So maybe you'd go a couple days and you'd fast. In terms of the benefits, there's huge benefits. You go into autophagy. you go into where your cells start to regenerate. One of the reasons people get cancer is damage to their mitochondria. And you get into, there's autophagy. I'm still learning about this, so correct me if I'm wrong, but there's autophagy and then there's mitophagy. And you
See, what
only,
is that?
mitophagy is when your mitochondria repairs. And when you have mitochondria damage, that's when you get cancer. And it'll actually repair your mitochondria. And Dr. Chafee talked about this, and I think it was Dr. Chris Palmer wrote a book about depression, mental health, and a lot of it has to do with damage to the mitochondria. There's so much stuff with mitochondria that goes on. So I don't understand all of it, except your cells regenerate, your mitochondria repairs itself when you're fasting, your hormones fluctuate. The other big thing that I think is a huge benefit is your body is like a power plant, and when you eat a steak or a salad with a bunch of lettuce in it, your body has to work to process all of that food and to turn it into poop and pee and to take all the nutrients out of it, and that requires a ton of work. When I fasted for 8 days, I gave my body off for 8 days, so I had all that excess energy to regenerate cells or to, I don't know, have more brain power, have more energy, like I did on day 6 when I'm cutting up that firewood like a madman. And then there's other things that happen too that I don't fully understand, but like the human growth hormones, there's different hormones that get activated when you start fasting. My thing is, I fasted before ever going on carnivore. I did a 5-day fast once a couple years ago, and on day 5, I felt incredible, and I felt like how I feel now as a carnivore almost every single day. So there's something to fasting. There's so many good things for it. People have fasted, read it, but it's all over the Bible. People have fasted since the beginning of time, but there's this misconception out there that I don't know what it is. Like people think, oh, you're fasting, you're starving yourself to lose weight. That's unhealthy. That's like the perception a lot of people have. I didn't fast to lose any weight. I fasted to go alongside my friend Jeff. I fasted because I knew I'd feel better. I fasted because I knew it was good for my mitochondria. I did it for all of those reasons.
Yeah, so when you were fasting, how often were you going to the bathroom? Like, how often were you?
Oh, not very much.
Or not at all?
Not very much. No.
Oh, really? Okay, I was just curious.
But it makes sense because that's another thing people always ask about on carnivore too. On carnivore, number 2 is a lot less too. Why? Because it's less waste in, less waste out.
It's crazy.
Remember when we used to go to the grocery store, Emma, before we were carnivore? The cart would be filled up with Oreo cookies and bread and junk and Doritos and garbage and pasta.
Bread.
That is not food. That is all waste we're putting into our body. We're forcing our body to go through so much energy to process all of that waste, which then is a number 2 that goes right down the toilet. It's waste in, it's waste out. But you go poop a lot more when you're eating all that crap. And then when you go on carnivore, you go less. Some people get concerned. Why am I not going as much? It's because you have less waste. And when I fasted for 8 days, I had no waste. So I almost barely, I think I went like once or twice. I barely went at all.
A thing that I wanted to add is on carnivore, you save so much money, or at least I do. Not only because he's providing the food for me, but when I was in carnivore, I'd be wasting all of my money on junk food, Starbucks. You just waste it on everything. And now it just never. So you save so much money because you're never really hungry and you don't need some sweet treat that's expensive.
Oh, Renee, you're so generous. Thank you so much. Smash the like buttons, friends. $10. We really appreciate it. We have raised an incredible amount of money for the documentary. We have enough to keep filming. I'm so thankful for all of the donations. I know I sound like a broken record, but I just want people to know that every penny we get from these super chats and the shirt sales, these shirts, memberships, it all goes entirely to the documentary. I don't want a penny of it. If we do this whole documentary and say there's $1,000 left over, which isn't going to happen, by the way, I'm digging into my own money to pay for this thing. If there's $1,000 left over, I'm not even going to take that money. That's going to get rolled over, and we're going to do a series after the documentary.
Oh, I'm so excited because I get to see like behind the scenes and stuff, and I know it's amazing. And I'm just so excited because I know how much people this is going to help and that the word's going to spread. And
yeah, Emma's one of the few people on the planet that's seen most of the footage already. She's seen some of the Bill stuff, of course, because she was there filming with me with Bill. Maggie, some stuff we did with Jeff, and of course you were there with Dr. Hampton too. What do you think about Dr. Tony Hampton, Emma?
Oh, he's lovely, the nicest person ever. Oh my gosh, he's so sweet. And he's helping lots of people too. He just came in that meeting room when we did the carnivore meetup. He just took charge, started talking to everyone. I was like, wow.
That was the coolest thing ever. We just planned on, oh, Dr. Hampton's coming. He's going to shake some hands and talk to some individuals. And
No, he talked to everyone in that room.
I want to take credit though. It was my brilliant idea. I went around to
okay.
people and I was like, when he comes in, we should all start clapping and cheering. That was so cool. He came in and he was like, what is going on? I wasn't expecting that. But then he went in and he gave like a little carnivore speech. It was like a carnivore conference. We never asked him to do that. And then he went around and he said, I want to talk to every individual. And there was a lot of people there. He went around and talked to every individual person. He's such a good person. Man, I'm meeting so many good people on Carnivore, but for someone like Dr. Hampton to go against the grain like that, and you know how much work, Emma, do you know how much work it is to be a doctor and how many
Oh, I
patients
couldn't imagine.
he has to see? He could just go be Dr. Hampton and do his stuff and work probably an incredible number of hours, make a great living and be done with it. But he's coming out to our carnivore meetup and coming out to help with us, and he's doing all these YouTube videos.
Helping lots of people.
His one YouTube video that he's doing, he could just go and work a little overtime. Instead, he's doing these YouTube videos because he knows it's helping people because he's a good person. So many good carnivore doctors out there. Dr. Chafee, Baker, Barry, Hampton. I'm going to forget someone and feel
Even
bad
more,
now.
yeah.
Dr. Philip Ovadia. They're amazing people. I don't know how many young carnivore YouTubers, but I'm sure you're going to be a role model to many. Greetings from the Netherlands. Awesome. Yeah, hopefully there'll be more. Ellie, I got off coffee 2 months of carnivore. I haven't had it in months. I tried some vanilla chai yesterday and it was gross. It used to be my favorite before carnivore.
Oh, wow.
Oh, here's a good question. Christopher Plath, how is bone broth with butter? I don't know. I had bone broth to break my fast. I didn't add butter to it. I add butter to everything else. That sounds really
so
good.
good.
You know what one of Emma's favorite meals are that we discovered together in Alaska?
Mm-hmm.
We made pot roast in the slow cooker.
Oh,
tell
it's
them
game
about it.
changer. It's like soup, and it's not even much work. You just take. Well, I say that because he makes it. You take, what even is it? What kind of meat is that?
I don't remember. It was like some sort of pot roast meat.
And then you just put it in the slow cooker, add some water, some red mint salt, let it sit, come back to it in a few hours. It's like soup. There's so much liquid. It's like soup. It's the best flavor ever. It is so amazing.
Yeah, we had that when we were out by Bill. Of course, just like slow cooked meat is always good. We ate the meat, but then it's all the liquid that's left with the salt and the meat and the fat in it. We could have added some butter to that, and that would have been good. But Emma kept going back and getting more bowls. She's like, "This is like carnivore soup."
I got a cup and I was drinking it. It was so good.
It was our first.
We made that the other day. And it's all gone already.
We went to Costco and got a couple of those pot roast, whatever that meat is. I got to know whatever the beef is, and slow cook it. Just here's a trick too. When we slow cook it, I used to slow cook stuff and you'd almost cover it in water. I put a little bit of water and it almost builds like a crust on the top of the meat. We let that thing go on low and slow for hours. The whole house smells good. That's been one of our new favorite carnivore meals. What's your other favorite carnivore meal that you just got some more of?
I don't know if you're thinking of it, but my other favorite is a power bowl where all eggs, bacon, and beef. Is that what you're talking about? That's one of my favorites.
I think
that's a good video idea. I'm gonna write that down. Meals, carnivore meal ideas.
One thing that Emma and I recently had, besides the power bowl, is good. It's so good for you because you get a lot of fat. One thing that we had that doesn't have a lot of fat but still tasted delicious was a turkey breast. Picked up a turkey breast the other day.
And we cooked it in the Amish stove, and it's just so good. Oh.
Yeah, we have an Amish wood-fired cook stove. We're so blessed. It's an amazing thing. And we've been having fires going in it since we got back from the cruise. I was talking to Bill on the cruise. He's like, what are you looking forward to most? And I said, getting home, petting and seeing my animals, and then putting my feet up by the Amish wood stove with a hot fire going. So we did that, but it was a turkey breast, and there was nothing. It was just turkey breast. There's nothing. It was clean. And then I had a bunch of Kerrygold butter with it because just
you lather that bad boy in butter. It's just so good, and it's so flavorful.
I prefer, Emma and I both prefer fattier ribeyes than meat, but every now and
Every
then to
once in a
switch
while,
it
you
up.
gotta treat yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. Pat said, Carrie, you have great discipline. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I have a lot, but when people say that, I always appreciate it. They're like, you're so passionate, you're so disciplined. Well, I have a lot on the line. I talked to Emily Penton a while back, and she said the same thing. Why would I ever cheat or not have great discipline when you've seen the darkness that I have seen and you've had 10 years of clinical, horrible, crippling depression? You don't want to mess around with anything like that. So I appreciate that. Plus, when you feel so good, it's hard not to be enthusiastic and share that with other people. Kathy Tittle, do you use Element? A little bit. Whoa, here. Today's video is sponsored. No, it's not. Today's video is not sponsored by Element. I did a little bit with Element before. We use Element, and I like the keto chow drops. I don't know why, just for convenience. We always have it. We have it right by our sink, and I get a glass of water. I'm like, oh, there it is. Psh, psh, instead of like opening the container. And then the thing I don't like with the keto with the Element is using too much, getting it to taste. So I know you can put a little bit in, but then you got a little packet sitting around. So we do both. Here's a great question from Ellie. Ellie's always got good questions. What are you eating for Christmas? Are you staying home or going to a family's house? Emma, go.
We're going to both, I think. Actually, it's never, our family's always kind of unorganized, so we're not really sure, but we always have Christmas at our house. Yeah, what are we going to eat, Dad? I'd say we get a nice turkey, we make that pot roast, we can have a big feast, we can have bacon, and my thing that I love is burger patties, grass-fed burger patties. Oh, I eat too much of them, they're so dang good. You just throw them in the air fryer, put some bacon and a fried egg on it, so good. But yeah, we can just feast, have a huge feast.
Emma, I wish you were there with me. Shout out my good friend Dwight Garlow. Jeff DeProsperous introduced us. Dwight is the one who told Jeff about Carnivore. He's like, hey, watch some of these videos, and it's changed Jeff's life forever. Dwight Garlow is the man. He's such a cool person.
Does he do YouTube or?
He doesn't do YouTube, but he invited us to his house the last day I was in Canada. So Adam, myself, Jeff, and his boys went to Dwight's house, and we're like, oh, Dwight's going to make us a meal. Emma, this was the most incredible meal I've ever had. I'm not exaggerating. Everything. It was literally everything. He had a beautiful house, and you went in the kitchen, and it was slow cooker, warmer, slow cooker,
Oh
slow
my
cooker,
god.
slow cooker. The first one had like bison meatballs in it. They
Oh
had
yeah, you were talking about this.
ribeyes, ground beef, chicken, hard-boiled eggs. It was a buffet of carnivore only items. It was incredible, and it was delicious, and it was beautiful. There was like 12 or 15 of us sitting around this huge table, all enjoying proper human foods. And I said to I think I said to Dwight or Jeff, I was like, this is amazing. And this is what Christmas should be like. This is what Thanksgiving should be like. Thanksgiving, I fasted, so I didn't eat anything on Thanksgiving, but
I
this
had
is
a
what
delicious turkey.
so this is what we're doing. It's a great question too, because tomorrow, Sunday, I have a video at 7 p.m. Central with the man I owe my life to, no exaggeration, Dante Ferrigno, the person that helped me initially find Carnivore Diet, emailed me and said, Kerry, you want to do a video together? 100%. I love Dante. I watch all of his videos. He said, let's do a video on surviving the holidays, surviving Christmas as a carnivore. I think Dante had a little slip up over Thanksgiving. So we wanted to talk about that and some strategies and some things. So we'll cover more of this in tomorrow's video. But even when we have family over, I'm not changing my ways at all. I will be outside smoking a stick and I'll bring it in. I'll make more for them if they want it, but I'm not going to tiptoe around and be like, oh, okay, I can't eat my steak now because other people are here and that's going to make them feel uncomfortable. They're going to ask me a bunch of questions. Ask me a bunch of questions. I don't care. I'm eating the steak. Oh
Well,
my
that's not
goodness.
good for you as they're eating cookies. I
Kathy,
know they mean well, but
thank you so much, Kathy. $20 super chat. Healing humanity. I know I sound like a broken record, but not only do we not get any of that money, but that is going to help people. There's so many depressed and hopeless people out there. When you guys see the video that we put together on depression, it's coming out here. Shout out Bill Knott. Bill knocked it out of the park. I asked him for if he could give me a little clip. Knocked it out of the park. Fantastic. Bill, you're going to be the centerpiece of that video. It's going to help so many people, Bill. I hope you know that. There are so many people out there that are hopelessly depressed. And there are so many carnivores that have turned that around by changing their diet. I hear it all the time. I hear it from so many people. And there's millions of people right now that are suicidally depressed and they don't know about this information. We're going to change that. That was the whole reason for doing this documentary. So I'll stop rambling. Thank you for the $20 super chat, Kathy. I can assure you that money is going to go for good and it's going to go to help reach more people.
You just help so much people.
Oh, wow. We got more of these. This is crazy. Mom, $2. Emma, you're doing amazing. So relaxed. Proud of you, Dewey. Say thank you, Mom.
Thank you, Mom.
Just want to say thank you. $2. Thank you so much. Coca-Cola for you. No Coca-Cola for you. We're done with those. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Oh, another one. Brian M, $10. I feel greasy on cooked meat. Have felt the best on raw animal. Do you know any carnivore YouTubers that prefer raw? I've enjoyed rooster, short ribs, sirloin, hamburger, salmon, oyster, yolk, and dairy.
That's crazy. We were talking about that before too.
I want to research this more, Brian. My initial reaction is, ew, that's gross. Then my initial reaction is, why? Why is that gross? What did humans do since the beginning of time? What do animals do in the wild that are carnivores? I have never tried that before other than ground beef. Emma, I don't know if you know this, but that's like a thing. I don't know if that's a thing everywhere.
Wait, you ate raw ground beef?
Yeah, in Wisconsin. Well, probably everywhere, but in Wisconsin, where we're from, I remember when I was little, our family reunions, they'd have this thing. They'd bring out raw ground beef. Sometimes they put onion on it, and they'd have like a little piece of bread, and you'd eat it raw. And I tried that once. It's crazy, but it's not crazy. It just seems crazy. Just like carnivore seems crazy until you start getting it. I want to learn more, Brian. I'm going to do some more research on that. I want to definitely explore that some more. I've heard a lot of things too, because when you cook the meat, what are you doing? Maybe you're getting rid of a lot of the nutrients in the meat, especially if you overcook it. I've heard people say when you cook more rare, you're getting more nutrients in the meat because you're not cooking it all out. So there's something to it. Oysters too. I wonder about that. Salmon, fish. Really interesting, Brian. I appreciate the super chat. Thank you. I'm going to dig into that more. Emma, wouldn't that be a fun video? Testing some of that?
I want to learn about raw eggs too. I hear that a lot of people do that too. I wanted to know more about that.
There you go, Emma. That's your first video on your new channel. You're gonna eat some. You're gonna eat some raw.
Let me write that down.
Raw meat. Go big. Go home or go big. Go big or go home.
Yeah, that'd be a good video. So I'm not eating raw meat. Oh, Adam.
Thank you, Adam. Shouting out the YouTube channel. Appreciate it, Adam. Adam, I am so excited, my friend, brother. Some of the work we got. Adam is an amazing photographer. He's so humble about it, but my goodness. If you guys haven't checked it out yet, healinghumanity.movie, you could see some of Adam's work on there. Just incredible. And I've been going through all of our footage, and we're going to be working on the prototype for the documentary next. We're working on it right now. I've been working on it the last 3 days, going through our footage. I'm so blessed to be able to go through this footage and hear these words. My goodness, Jeff's story alone that we captured, it's incredible. I can't wait to share it.
Yeah, I think we should do one big movie in episodes, because we can't have such a long movie.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Episodes, like one on depression, one on weight.
Initially it was like, put all this into a movie, right? We have so much content, the movie would be 4 hours long. I don't know what to cut out. This depression episode I'm doing on YouTube that I just told you guys about, I have been editing it for 2 days straight.
Yeah.
It's 24 minutes. And I don't think anything should be removed from it. I think you guys will be engaged to watch the whole thing. I don't think there's anything in there that you won't want to see. And I'm thinking, like, if we did that in the documentary, that's 24 minutes of an hour and a half documentary. That's a big chunk of it. So, yeah, that is the plan.
Yeah, he's working so hard on it. Every single time he says, Emma, come here, and I watch it. And then next time he completely changes it and makes it better. Emma, come here, keeps making it better and adding to it. And he's working so hard on it. I'm so excited for the documentary. I can't wait.
Emma, I have a mosquito in my office. How is that possible?
I had something in here too, but it's gone.
We're in the middle of winter. What is going on here? All right, let's go. We got some more comments. Wow, we got 331 people on here. Christopher said, Dante is an inspiration. I'm down 40 pounds with 2 pant sizes. You're awesome too. Thank you, Christopher. Dante inspired me. I don't think I would be doing carnivore right now. I said, this guy is crazy, absolutely crazy. He's awesome. He's got a wonderful YouTube channel too. I watch all of his videos. He's been doing a lot of like review videos and things like that. So yeah, tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central, I will be live with Dante and a couple other guys too. Carnivore Soldier and Ken, who I had on my channel, I think right before we left on vacation. Gian, am I saying that right, Gian? I just finished 6 lamb lollipops and have a meatloaf in the oven. I love it. Never
Oh,
hungry. We got to
so
try
I
some of those.
really, really like lamb, and I've just started trying it. My dad doesn't know how he feels about it, but every time I see lamb, it's like, ooh, it's so good.
Emma, that's
But
your
is there
next.
much fat in that? I don't think so, but I really like lamb. Lamb lollipop.
Lamb is good because it's a ruminant meat, unlike chicken and pork and things where you can get some. You eat the meat and you can ingest some of the things that the animal ate. It's a lot cleaner that way. Emma, that should be your second video. Emma learns how to cook. There's a little shame in that. Emma's always like, "Oh, this carnivore is so easy." While I'm like triple smoking stuff for 4 hours long, and she gets to. Emma and I have a good agreement though. I cook the food and pay for it, and then she cleans up afterwards.
Hey, sometimes I want to start doing it. We got to get containers and just make a bunch of Power Bowl up and just have it in the fridge. But our problem is if we do that and we work so hard making so much, it'll just be gone in 2 days.
Yeah, no matter how much we make, we did 36 eggs one time. We're like, "Oh, we're gonna have this for several days," and then the next day by the
They're
afternoon, we're
gone.
like, "Oh, it's all gone." It's a good thing though. I think maybe some of the other kids are eating it that aren't full carnivores yet. Question: tips for staying consistent with carnivore while fighting a sugar addiction. I keep falling off the wagon, giving into temptation and hard cravings, eating sweets and desserts, and drinking soda. Emma, go.
That's so normal, and I feel you so much. You don't understand. So many people have that problem too, because sugar is literally a drug, and I understand how you have that. You, I wonder how long you've been doing carnivore. You just have to set a goal. Do it for 30 days. I'm not sure how long, but just be consistent. Do it for 30 days. You can do it. Bacon, 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 and bacon. Did I mention bacon? But yeah, that'll definitely help falling off. Yeah, sweets and desserts. Yeah, I understand, but you just have to have lots of fat. If you're not having fat, you're not gonna feel the best how you should. And just watch videos on it for motivation, I guess. I'd love to. I'd love to hear more, like when you start it and how you do on it. But I say bacon, make sure you're getting enough fat, and then keto child drops are really good. I don't know, Dad. I feel like you're better. Do you have anything else to add to help him?
No, that was a very good answer. The only thing I would add is, for me, I had to be strict carnivore. Some people say they're carnivore, but then they're like, "I'm carnivore, but I kept my Diet Coke," or "I'm carnivore, but I do this or I have a little bit of raspberries here or there." If you're 100% strict, um, it'll be a lot easier. I was talking to Carnivore Kip about that a while back. It's like you still have you do your smoked foods and you still put some rub on it that's got sugar in it. You're going to get a little taste of that sugar. You're going to want more. If you have no taste of that sugar, those cravings have to go away. They will definitely go away. I promise you, they will go away. And if you get a little slight one here or there, like Emma said, bacon is really really good for that. Um, you got to have a big why too. Why are you doing this? But my thing is, you can do anything for 30 days. Like Emma said, you should do it for 60 days, but commit to 30 days and say no sugar, no artificial sweetener. I'm not going to keep my Diet Coke because your Diet Coke, even though it has the fake sugar in it, it's still going to trigger things in you and you're still going to have those cravings. You just get rid of it 100%. You only need water, beef, salt, and water. Commit to it for 30 days and don't give in. You can do it.
You can do it. Yeah, main thing, Bill, is fat. You may not like it. Well, I'm not sure if you don't, but fat is your best friend in this. You have to have a lot of fat, and then you'll just feel the best. Like what me and Dad do is, if you have ribeye fat or something, you could just throw it in the air fryer. But now
Hey,
that I'm thinking about that, if you throw it in the air fryer, do you think it takes away the good stuff in it, or I don't know.
if you overcook it, you just all the fat might end up on the bottom of the thing. So I guess it depends on how much you do. But hey, that money was for Emma. All right,
Oh,
fair
that's
enough.
sweet, but I'd love to give it to the documentary, but
It's
that is
going
very sweet. Thank
going
you.
for you. It's going for you, Emma. Oh, here's
That's
another one.
very
Shout out Adam, Carnivore Today. Super chat for Emma. QQQ Emma, which tastes better, bacon or lettuce?
not for me. No, it has to go to bacon or lettuce. Lettuce. No, bacon, of course. Bacon. No, this has to go to the documentary. It is. But thank you so much. That is so sweet.
Oh,
Of course, Bacon Adam. Come on now. I should have worn my bacon shirt. I have a bacon shirt that says #bacon.
hey, and shout out Adam. Thank you so much. Shout out Adam, Carnivore Today. Adam has an incredible YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Adam, shout out is the reason this documentary is moving forward. He is a vital, huge part of this. We were together in, we became brothers filming with Maggie, building fences together and working on the ranch and eating a huge thing of fat together. So huge shout out Adam. But besides all of that, Adam has an incredible YouTube channel, Carnivore Today. I encourage everyone, go subscribe, check him out. He's doing some really good stuff over there. Great quality, good interviews. That was a good question, Bill. Thank you. Let's see what else we got here.
Bill, you mean Adam?
The question before was from Bill.
Oh, right.
The sugar question.
Yeah, Bill, you got it.
Dr. Kiltz eats his meat raw sometimes, I think. Me cooked. How many subscribers does Emma need before she can receive her own super chats? Do you know, Emma? I don't even know.
I'm not quite sure. I'd rather just help people. I think that I have to get to an amount of subscribers to get my videos seen. I just want to reach the most people that I can to help.
Yeah, it's a good goal. Set 1,000. I think maybe it's 1,000. I don't know, but a lot of people try to set a goal of getting 1,000. So appreciate that. Wow, we got more super chats coming in. Let's see what else. Oh, thank you. I don't know what the 100 DKK. Merry Christmas from Cyber Goose. Merry Christmas to you as well. Thank you. Emma, what is going on? Do you have school this week?
Me?
Yeah.
Starting on Monday, I do. And
okay, Christmas is a week from Monday. Do you have the whole week on school?
I believe so. I think so.
Thank you so much, Cyber Goose. Merry Christmas to you and everyone watching as well. Dylan, $10. Thank you so much. I'm currently obsessed with Costco pork belly. Any potential issues there? I'm so satisfied after just a couple strips. Also, cough drop substitute. Emma, you want to take this one or should I?
You got it.
Costco pork belly is awesome. Emma and I did this once. Remember, Emma?
I'm trying to think of what that is.
It's like a big piece of bacon and then you cut it up yourself, but it doesn't have anything in it. It's just pure pork belly. So I think it's amazing. I think it's really good for you. A lot of people will harp on me and they'll be like, well, Dr. Barry said bacon's fine. Why do you say you need to cut down on bacon? I think bacon's fine too, but I think you can overdo anything. And there is a little bit of sugar in most bacon, even if it says 0 carbs. And if you eat a whole pack of it, like I've been known to do from time to time, that's too much. So Costco pork belly is awesome. Emma, we got to do that. Up our game.
Yeah.
Emma and I did a video on that. I think it was our Powerball video. We smoked a pork belly with nothing on it. No sugar, no nitrates, nothing. I'm not saying those things are bad. I'm saying sugar's bad, but the nitrates, the preservatives, whatever you put on bacon normally, we didn't do any of that. And then afterwards, we just put some Redmond's fine salt on it. It was fantastic. It was delicious. It was so good. And we could do a nice thick cut. And we have a big.
Make it however you want.
Yeah. We cut it by hand too. We have a meat slicer, but I didn't want to get the meat slicer dirty. It went really quick with a nice sharp knife. It's really, really good for you. So shout out and thank you for the comment, because next time we go to Costco, Emma, we're getting another pork belly. Or better yet, our neighbor.
Yes.
Our neighbor. We'll get a pork belly. Emma and I are making a trip to our neighbor, Aaron and Vicky's. We cleaned out our freezer. It's open. It's ready to be stockpiled with stuff. What did we clean out? A bunch of old vegetables and Brussels sprouts that were in there from like 5 years ago that no one's eating. And they're waste. So also, cough drop substitute. I don't know on that one. Cough drop substitute.
Vitamins.
Yeah, right. I don't know. I was gonna say maybe.
Water?
Yeah, don't cough. Just don't cough anymore. Maybe something hot, like some. Would a hot liquid help with a cough? I feel like it would. Maybe some hot bone broth or something.
Oh, I think you gargle salt water.
Yeah.
Is that?
Maybe.
Hot salt water, maybe.
Maybe in the comments. People in the comments are awesome. They probably got something better.
There's so many people are leaving chats, and I want to read them all, respond to them all.
Yeah, tell me which one. We'll have to wrap this up soon, Emma, because we got a movie to go play. Emma and I are going to the movie theater shortly. Jen's there. Shout out Jen. We had a Santa at the movie theater today. We had a private party. Now we have a movie tonight. We have a private party tomorrow. And I have
I gotta
another.
go up soon to help.
I have a live stream. Hey, can I show them this real quick, Emma?
Yeah.
I have a live stream with this gentleman tonight at 7:00.
Oh,
And
I want to watch that.
this guy is so cool. Let me just share this real quick. It's only like a minute. I'll go real quick if I can find it.
Hey man, I'm Mark Anthony Alves and I'm from the Philippines, and I just want to share my carnivore experience. For the past 8 months now, I've been a carnivore. I'm only eating beef, pork, and dairy, and my irritability and my grumpiness went away. I'm more energetic right now. I'm always on the go, and I build a lot of muscles even though I'm not that much doing gym exercises. And for the past 10 to 15 years, all of those irritability or all of those negative thinking of mine just went away by doing carnivore. And good luck to our journey. As we all know, in the Philippines, they're not familiar with carnivore. Probably I'm the only carnivore here in the Philippines, and I'm happy I found your channel. I'm following you and Dr. Berry and Dr. Anthony Chafee, and you're my inspiration. That's why I'm continuing this diet, even though some people are not aware of it or don't like it, because it helped me a lot, and I'm feeling good like a superhuman. Thank you and good luck on our journey, Carrie man.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't he great?
He seems so sweet and genuine. He's glowing. Oh my gosh, God bless him. I'm so glad he found it.
So that's in
amazing.
wow, that's in an hour. That's in an hour and a half. I will be live with that gentleman.
And what's his name?
Mark. I think his name is Mark Anthony. He's from the Philippines. He believes he's the only carnivore from the Philippines. I had to correct him because I actually have a very good friend named Dan from the Philippines, who is a carnivore as well, and his son James Carey, my boy. he's a carnivore also. So anyways, I'm looking forward to talking more to Mark Anthony tonight. He seems like such a sweet, nice guy. He sent me that video for our depression episode we're working on. So Emma, we got to wrap this up. I don't want to miss any of these comments. So let's go super quick here and answer some more if there are any that I missed. Do you see any on your side?
Up there at 5:30. Yeah, so much people on my chat. Oh, you're all so sweet. Thank you so much.
I'm just scrolling through looking. You had 162 subscribers now, Sandra said. And that was 13 minutes ago. So if anyone wants to subscribe to Emma's channel, the link is in the description below.
Oh, here, someone said, QQQ, Emma, are you going to do an interview with Sophia? Oh, yes, I'd love to. Oh, my gosh. That would be awesome.
Yeah, Sophia's awesome. Sophia was on our, 24-hour live stream, 10-hour live stream. Pat said, yeah. Carrie, do you ever take magnesium? I do, yes. Oftentimes, probably a couple times a week, I take it right before bed. I think there's a big magnesium deficiency. And if you want to learn more about it, Dr. Berry did an excellent video on magnesium and the reasons why we're deficient and why we need it. Kathy said, let's get Emma to super chat status. Oh, here we go. Karen Harrington. I can't remember. Did you make a video on making the Powerball? We did. Thank you, Karen. Karen's another awesome commenter. Sandra, Karen. Oh, man. Tina, Kathleen. There's so many cool people. Emma and I did a video, and we made the bacon out of pork belly from scratch, which you don't have to do, but it was a very fun video. I think if you Google Powerball, it'll probably come up on YouTube if you search for Powerball. Oh, we got that one. Okay. I think we're almost through. Oh, Carnivore Brothers says you need 500 subs. So that's a good goal.
Oh, really? Okay.
Bill Nod, I'm giving Emma's channel a big shout out in my next video. That should give it a nice jump start. Thanks, Bill.
Oh my gosh. Bill, I want, is Daisy doing carnivore or anything, or has he thought of that?
Oh, Jen's in the background. I believe Daisy is a carnivore. Bill, is Daisy doing carnivore? I'm sure Daisy's a carnivore.
I hope so, and if so, if anyone else knows about cats being carnivore, I want to learn about it, but I'm just scared that I'll give them too much or something.
Yeah, we got two. And I was gonna say stay. I'm good upstairs already.
Oh, thank you.
You guys keep talking. Bye, Carrie. Bye, everybody.
Okay, we'll be there soon. Shout out Jen. Bye, Great Crafts. Okay, Emma, are there any other questions I missed? Let's see.
I don't know where you're looking. I don't see anything on my screen.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I think most of the questions come through on mine, and Emma can only see the ones on hers. Hey, shout out another good person, Carnivore Stan. It's nice to see other currencies other than the almighty US dollar. I am Canadian. Thank you, Stan. Always appreciate you and your comments. Mark Anthony from the Philippines. I love the Philippines. Yeah, so we're doing that video. Geez, in like an hour and a half. I'm really looking forward to it. And my good buddy JT Poco Moonshine Family is co-hosting with me. JT is killing it. Chatting with carnivores. He's been doing interviews. He did an excellent interview with Jeff DeProsperous, my other good buddy. I got so many friends on Carnivore now. I'm so blessed. But JT has really been doing some good interviews. I watched it. I was taking notes. I'm like, JT, come on with me. Help me with Mark Anthony. It'll be a really fun video if you have you in there as well. Sandra asked if Mark has a channel. I don't believe he does, but that is going to be one of my first questions. If he does, I will shout it out and link to it for sure. Oh, maybe I got to update these because we're doing the live stream. In terms of the cancer, if you go to, let me add this link right here. If you go to healinghumanity.movie, and thank you for pointing this out. I just posted it in the sidebar. I'm going to go through and double check and make sure I have that in there. If you go to healinghumanity.movie, right down near the center of that, there's a section for cancer. It's a picture of Jeff, and it says join and support new standard cancer treatment options. I think we're over 2,500 signatures right now, which is pretty awesome. We're trying to get to 1 million, so we got a long way to go.
I'm trying to read everyone's chats.
Bill said Daisy's trying to get him to 100% carnivore, but he's being a little stubborn stinker butt.
Oh my gosh. Stinker butt. Aw.
Daisy's the boss. Bill, we have the same thing. I keep trying to get my dogs there, and it's been tricky. We're going to do it, though. Lily's on board. Emma's on board. Emma, that should be your second video. That would be a huge video. So many people ask about that. Getting dogs carnivore. There's a million ways to do it. There's services. How do you do it from home? How do you maintain it? Oh, shout out Adam. Bill Knott, check out this website, hairtoday.com. They have a lot of good material for cats to eat raw.
Oh,
yes,
yeah, he said that. I got to take a picture of that.
That's a really good channel. I checked that out last time he mentioned it. All right. I think we got all of the questions. Do we miss any super chats? Oh, wait. We got one more. Oh, here we go. From Steve. Hello, Emma. Been carnivore for 140 days. Beef, butter, bacon, eggs. I had 2-pound chuck roast last night. I've been sick for a few days now. What is your take on fasting while being sick?
So he's sick while he's fasting?
I'm not sure, but he's asking.
Fasting, I don't know much about it, but 140 days. Oh my gosh! Congratulations! Wow.
Yeah, I'm not sure about fasting while being sick. That's a really good question.
Like a cold or keto sick, or I'm not.
I can only tell you what I would do. Yeah, I think it's probably not keto sick because he's 140 days in, so it's probably a cold or something like that. If it were me, I would be fine fasting. And my logic would be, I'm still going to take some electrolytes. And my logic would be, I would then be allowing my body to rest more since it's not working to digest food.
Yeah, sleep 100%. Just make sure you're getting, I bet that's what you're just going to say.
Get a lot of sleep and get a lot of sunshine, natural sunshine. Get outside, get that vitamin D in. Make sure you're getting enough vitamin D too. I've never felt sick on carnivore, other than when I was on the cruise and I had the seed oil issue. But one of the things I would do if I ever felt like I'm getting a cold or something is make sure to up the vitamin D as much as possible. So I am not a fasting expert. I would suggest doing more research. Maybe someone in the comments has a better answer than that. I can only tell you what I would do. And if I was getting sick or I was fasting and I got sick, I would just keep fasting, and I would make sure to take my electrolytes, get plenty of sunshine, things like that. So I think we're going to wrap it up there. Thank you guys so much, Emma. This has been awesome. Check out Emma's channel.
Steve, I hope you feel better, and I appreciate everyone. I'm trying to read all of your chats, but I don't want to be quiet on the live. I'm going to read all of them. You guys are all so sweet.
Yeah, and if you leave comments on Emma's channel or mine, and we missed them right now, Emma's going to read through them.
I'll try.
Yeah, she'll reply to them after. So just stay tuned. So
you guys are all so sweet, and my thing is that I want to be like, you guys are all hopefully compassionate carnivores. That's what I want to start. But I just thank you so much all. I really appreciate it, and I hope that I will, I hope that I can help a lot of people with carnivore on my channel. So stay tuned for that.
yeah, Emma's, and just to credit where due, Emma's whole idea was compassionate carnivore. That wasn't my idea. So Emma, you got to start wearing the shirt. You should offer the shirt on your site. I don't know if you can do that or not yet, but that'd be cool.
Yeah, on my channel, I'm going to start saying, welcome back, compassionate carnivores. If you guys are just tuning in, compassionate carnivores where you only eat meat or eggs or anything from animals where you know came from a great, humane, loving place.
Yep. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it. If I hope some of you will tune back in at 7:15 Central for me and Mark Anthony and JT Poco Moonshine. Heck, maybe Emma will even jump in too. We're going to be at the movie theater. Emma's there right now. I got to head over there quick because we got a show starting soon and the doors open in 9 minutes. So got to get running.
I got to get my butt upstairs.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great night.
Bye.